Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel, Grand Massacre Reaction. Remember, if it is for your first time to come across this video of this channel, remember to like, subscribe, enjoy and share. So for today, we're going to watch about the women race, 100 meters race. So enjoy, and I'll be back with more commentary.
Looks like a spaceship landed, doesn't it, in the background there? Looks fabulous. I'm sure it will be when it's finished. Women's 100 meters, Deja Stevens goes in lane 1, the 30-year-old. Don't get to see her too often on the Diamond League circuit. Brie Rizzo, the Australian, and like the South Africans, already had a big season, equalled her personal best in Perth at the Australian Championships, where she finished 3rd. And again, a couple of Americans we don't see loads of necessarily, but Cabrera Sturgis is going to be in lane 3. Is in pretty good form, 10.98. That's her quickest for 3 years. That was in the States earlier this month. And then Sherika Barnes had a great indoor season last year. She was actually 3rd in the Diamond League in Doha at the beginning of last season, looking to get the Diamond League season off to a good start here. Won the national championships at 60 meters indoors, so no doubt Barnes will get out quickly. Not sure what to expect from Sherika Jackson, the great world champion. Not sure she's yet in the sort of form where we haven't seen her over at 100 meters yet this season. As such, was 2nd in the Diamond League in China over 200. And then Zoe Hobbs, we've got 3 or 4 people here who are at the World Indoors. Zoe Hobbs, one of them, the New Zealander, was 6th in the final there. Had a very good indoor season. Maya McCoy, well, she took a chance, won the kind of international race in Doha before the Diamond League. Then we had a withdrawal, and she had got to race twice there, and is in good form. It says Liberia. I'm told, I think that she's going to go back to running for the USA, or wants to. She accepted the chance to run for Liberia, but now wants to go back on that. Getting close to 11 seconds. Now, Jasia Sears, watch out for her. Again, another great indoor runner. Sadly, injury last year after running 10.77 early in the year meant that we didn't see the best of her for the rest of 24. And then Rani Rosius of Belgium in lane 9. So the quick starters, you've got Sears in 8. Can she turn that into a big 100 meters here? Zoe Hobbs gets out quickly as well. Barnes the same. What are we going to see from Sherika Jackson right in the middle? The biggest name in this 100 meters, but is she going to be quick enough at this stage of her season? And what about McCoy? New name on the circuit to many, and her chance to show what she can do in this sort of company. So Jackson right in the middle, in lane 5. Barnes and Sturgis are the 2 Americans in 4 and 3 next to her. Hobbs in the yellow, then McCoy, Jasia Sears and Rosius closest to the camera. Women's 100 meters.
Sir.
Oh, a really good start from Barnes, and Sturgis got away quickly as well, and these two with half yard, although Barnes is beginning to go back. Sherika Jackson coming through the middle. Jasia Sears is going to be close as well. It's going to be tight on the line. Jackson might just get there. She does. McCoy storms through for 2nd. Well, we said we weren't sure what to expect from Sherika Jackson, and it's good to see. We want our big stars coming and running well. She doesn't look too happy, does she? But that was an emphatic win in the end. Not super quick. It's a warm evening here and a little breeze behind the sprinters, but 11.04, a good start for Jackson. 2 or 3 others got out of the blocks better, but by 50 meters she was certainly co-leading and then went on to take it, Tim.
Yeah, she did. I mean, actually a brilliant start, and you called it, from Sherika Barnes. Look there in the headband, 4th from right, but it's almost like she just lost her rhythm there, and the power of Sherika Jackson, she carried on accelerating. They hit their top speed At around 70 metres, these sprinters, she just holds her form there. Look at that really symmetrical, beautiful looking balance. And coming through strongly on the near side, McCoy in the all black does well there, just easing out Jacia Sears, who takes a third spot, a season's best for her, the same as the winner, Sherika Jackson. But yeah, Sherika Jackson very, very sober, Steve. I think she probably knows full well that there's a bigger fish to be caught later in the season, much, much bigger fish.
I think she'll be pleased with that, whatever cool demeanour she's keeping. You know, there's some good people here running well, and for Jackson, 100 metres.
Won gold in Doha in the 100 metres as well, and here she lines up in an unfamiliar scene for her. She's not a massive kind of indoor athlete, is she? But this is a great place for her to start the season.
She doesn't do a lot of indoors, but again, some athletes, they just choose not to. But the Mommy Rocket, as she calls herself these days, is a phenomenal, incredible athlete, and you know, we know what her start's like, blistering. She'll put everyone under pressure from the get-go, but it'd be nice to see how she gets on, and it's great for the Glasgow crowd to see her.
And Amy Hunt in lane 8 is an athlete with huge potential. She is the fastest ever 17-year-old, well, she was last year before she turned 18, in the world. That is a title that's held in the men by Usain Bolt. So, of course, the comparisons are there. And she gauged her season and kind of very well last year. Many people thought she might end up going to Doha. She didn't. And she's qualified to go to Cambridge as a student next year. She's got an incredibly bright future on many fronts, but athletics, certainly, Denise.
Very promising youngster, but listen, she's got to learn, she's got to use this experience. She's next to Sally-Ann Fraser-Pryce, and so she have to draw on all these experiences to make her a better athlete. This is just the start for her.
OK, well, let's see how she does in exalted company, Andrew Cotter.
Yes, what a race we have here. What a rarity to have Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce and Muriel Ahure lining up against each other, alongside each other. That's a gift to Glasgow to have Fraser-Pryce here for her only indoor meeting of the year. So rarely runs indoors, but Amy Hunt goes in lane 8. Again, I think she knows that this is a good test for her, because she said that her 20 to 30 metres, first 20 to 30 metres, the worst part of any race she runs. But anyway, Amma Pippi, the Enfield and Haringey athlete who's been studying in Oklahoma, won over 200 metres in Vienna a fortnight ago, had a good race with Amy Hunt in London over 60 metres last month, a fraction between the two of them. Katarzyna Sokolska of Poland is in lane 2, strong Polish contingent at this meeting. Maja Michalinic of Slovenia made the final of the European Indoors here last year. Good run in Torun in Poland last weekend behind the American Shania Collins. And then the noise that will welcome one of the greatest athletes of all time, twice Olympic champion, 4 times world champion over 100 metres. Says that Tokyo will be her final Olympics. She's going to double up there over 100 and 200, but she's almost designed for 60 metres here. They met in the World Indoors in 2014, where Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce won her only World Indoor title, beating Ahure into second place. But Ahure, World Indoor champion in Birmingham 2 years ago. Natasha Morrison of Jamaica, her first indoor race this season. Again, it's just not a well-trodden path from Jamaica to the indoor scene in Europe in the winter, but a strong Jamaican contingent here today. Naomi Sedney of the Netherlands, often a stalwart of the Dutch 4x100 squad, with the likes of Jamila Samuel and Daphne Schippers. And then Amy Hunt, still just 17, enormous potential. European junior title last year. This year's a World Junior Championship year. She's got that to decide on, as well as whether to go to Cambridge or Loughborough. Is it going to be World Junior Championship or Olympics? Again, you have to think perhaps of the long term as well, but she is running world-class times now. 60 metres, not perhaps her strength, though she knows that. It's just a chance here to test her first 20-30 metres against some of the best, and perhaps the very best of all time in women's sprinting. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce in lane 4, Muriel Ahure in 5. Ahure has not lost an indoor race over 60 metres since 2014, when she gave second best to the woman alongside her, Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce. The women's 60 metres. Cleanly away, and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce is outsmarted of all. Muriel Ahure is going strongly also, but she can't quite get back there. Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce takes it. 7:16 for the victory, just ahead of Muriel Ahure. Natasha Morrison was up there as well for third, but Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce gets that victory, a rare victory a rare defeat rather for Muriel Ahuri. It's not a rare victory for Shirley-Ann Fraser-Pryce. She just doesn't race indoors, but when she comes to race indoors over 60 metres, she invariably wins. Ahuri has to give second best again to the great Shirley-Ann Fraser-Pryce. And again, if it's to be her only indoor race this season, which she says it is, then it's a nice way to do it.
Yeah, this is always interesting, you know, Andrew, when athletes such as Shirley-Ann comes out to decide to run just a one-off race. I'm always interested to see what kind of condition that they're in, and you can imagine right now she's still in that building phase, so she'd be pretty strong in the weights room, and again that's been demonstrated because she thundered out the blocks. It's what we expected to see and do, but watch this out of the blocks. Good rhythm, isn't she? Hard, straight into that floor. But as I say, there's those little extra technical elements that come over the 100-metre preparation, which you don't really demonstrate over 60. So for me, this is just fantastic to see her here, enjoying the indoor running and really showing the crowd of her expertise.
As the contrast, we know that she's a 60-100 sprinter, really. That's where her strength lies. 200, she's very, very good, but perhaps she just starts to get relatively weak. And when you see Hunt again on the replay, you can't see her here, but she was starting to come back into things a little bit. So some are designed for 60s and 100s and others for 200s.
Yeah.
Another 8 women to tear down the infield here in Glasgow. Olmon Voro of Estonia takes lane 1. She ran a national record in qualification, 7:24 here to make it through as a time qualifier. And some Estonian flags flying around here in the crowd. Brianna Williams up next. Jamaica have got a strong history in this event. They won it in 2010, 12 and 14, but the last medal was a bronze to Elaine Thompson back in 2016, behind Daphne Schippers in silver. Julian Alfred is looking to win St Lucia's first ever medal at the World Indoor Championships. She is certainly the informed woman. She was the world leading athlete until Ava Swoboda just went 6:98 in the first heat. Micaiah Briscoe picked up a silver medal in 2022 in Belgrade. Geraldine Frey ran brilliantly this morning, had a great start, ran a season's best to win her heat, 7:15. She's going to need quicker here if she wants to go to the final. Gina Bass-Bitai of Gambia goes in lane 6. She ran well in qualification. She's the first ever Gambian woman to win an African Championships, did that a few years ago. Delphine Nkanza of Belgium goes in lane 7. She would have just seen Rani Rossius equal her personal best again to take second place in the opening semi-final. The final athlete out in lane 8 for the Netherlands, Nikita Sido. She's got a lifetime best this season of 7:15. It's a little bit shaky this morning, just 7:24. Sido will need faster here from lane 8. Time qualifiers at the moment. Van der Vieken of Luxembourg.
On your marks.
Zoe Hobbs, 7:09 for Hobbs, new oceanic record. Van der Vieken, the Luxembourg national record holder, on 7:13. Julian Alfred has 6:99. Her coach, Edric Florial, said the start was awful. She ran that time in Millrose. He certainly thinks there's more in the tank. And Alfred has stepped away from her collegiate career. She was undefeated last year collegiately. That probably left her a little bit tired when we got to Budapest, but now Alfred fully focused on her professional track and field career. She goes in lane 3.
Set.
And no way, no problems here. Quick start from Micaiah Briscoe. Julian Alfred trying to get into a running here, and she does. The athlete from St Lucia slows down over the line, 7:03. That is fine, so that's quicker than Alea Hobbs, quicker than Zainab Dosso, but not as quick as Ava Swoboda. Alfred looked great this morning as well. I think there's a bit more in that last 15-20 metres. I'm not seeing it, a flat-out effort there at the end.
She had to work quite hard at the start to get back on terms with Briscoe. The problem might come. I love watching Alfred, and I think it would be so important for a Caribbean nation like St Lucia to get a global gold medal. It would be fantastic. The reason Van Vrieken and Hobbs are celebrating is that they're now confirmed, Van der Vrieken. They are going to be in the final with 7:09 and 7:13. The only concern from Alfred's point of view, if Swoboda starts the final as well as she did the semis, is Alfred going to find herself too far behind and all of a sudden too tight to let her acceleration come through in the last 30 metres? You're the sprint expert, Daphne. What do you think?
I think she pushed way too much, because also she was behind in the first 10 meters, so she would go for it. But then the difficult thing is then you push too hard and then it slows you down instead of like making your step. So that's what I saw this race. Like, I think this morning race was much better. So I hope she can clear her head and go for the final, and I hope we have a really nice fight between these girls.
Well, hats off to Mika Briscoe coming through for second place there, the silver medalist from Belgrade. Hasn't quite been in that form, if we're honest, since Belgrade. And I've been watching her all indoor season thinking, can she make another final? And Briscoe for America, she would love to match the achievements of Christian Coleman and Noah Lyles, 1-2 in the men's 60 metres. Aaliyah Hobbs and Mika Briscoe through to the final. But they're going to have their hands full. There's plenty of talent in this women's 60 metres. Semi-final 3 results confirmed with Julian Alfred of St Lucia 7.03, Mika Briscoe 7.10, and the time qualifier.
Welcome back, guys. Hope you enjoyed your viewing. Hope you enjoyed the race. Yeah, the race was fantastic. What a race. So on the race, the women, the Diamond League 100 meters human race, Rabat 20, which happened in the year 2025. Yeah, we had nine contenders. So for the 9 contenders, the contenders are placed in lanes. So on lane one we had Stevens, a 30-year-old USA born. Yeah, that was Stevens on lane 1. On lane 2 we had Rizzo, an Australia born, who finished in that who by history finished third on the Diamond League last year. And on the lane 3 we had Sturgis. Sturgis is an American born girl. And on lane 4 we had Bunnies. Bunnies is an American born who was third in the last year Diamond League women race. And on the 5th lane was Sherika Jackson. Sherika Jackson is an American athlete, a Jamaican athlete born. So she was second in the China 100 meters race. On the 6th lane we had Hobbs. Hobbs is a New Zealand born. He had an excellent season in Doha, Qatar, women 100 meters race in Qatar, in Doha, Qatar. And the 7th lane we had McCoy. McCoy was in Doha, participated in Doha, and today was in good form. In the 8th lane we had Scars. Scars is a USA born, and in Doha, Qatar, in the last year Doha, Qatar women marathon, she got an injury, and she's back today. She was back today in the race. On the last lane we had Rosius. Rosius is a Belgium born. So after the race, we had Jackson, who won the race by magnificent performance, by excellence performance, by good sprints, by good hard work. So we have to go through the performances. The race is being determined by the minutes, or not the minutes, or the seconds you ran. So Sherika Jackson managed to attain 11.4 seconds. Wow, what a pace, what a sprinter, what a magnificent performance from Jackson. That was great. The second position was we had McCoy on number 2, 11.08 seconds. That was number 2. And the number 3 we had Scars had 11.1 seconds, becoming at the number 3. And at the 70th meter, while sprinting, Jackson looked strong, beating McCoy by a big step and great finished. Very sober for Jackson. As we continue at number 4, we had Barnes. Barnes had to finish within 11.16 seconds at number 4. At number 5, we had Hobbs, who sprints at 11.16. That was number 5. Sturgis was at 11.27 at number 6. At number 7 was Rosiers at 11.29 seconds at number 7. The least but not the last is Stevens, who finished at number 7, 11.31 seconds. And then the last one, the last one on the list and the last one on the race was Rizzo. Rizzo had finished in 11.43 seconds. Then we had another race, that 60 meters. The 60 meters women race. We had Amapipi, Katarina, Sokalasia, Maja, Sherian, Mauricia, Ahuri, Natasha, Morrison, Naomi, Sydney, and Amy. In this race, we had a very young junior athletic who goes by the name Hunt. But at this race, after the race, Fraser won. Fraser is from Jamaica, won the race. And at the last race was a 60 meters race, which was participated by lane 1 we had Voro, lane 2 we had Williams, and lane 3 we had Alfred, lane 4 we had Briska, and lane 5 we had Frey, lane 6 we had Bas Bitaye, and lane 7 we had Nkaso, and lane 8 we had Sido. By the end of the race was won by Alfred, who managed to run for at least 7.3 seconds. So guys, if you love this athletics, continue watching. If you remember, this was one of the best sprinters in the world. This was the best sprinters in the world participating in this 160 meters. So continue watching, continue liking, continue subscribing and sharing. Goodbye till next time.